What's going on, everybody, man? My name is Matt Young, and I am the founder of Vancouver Elite Outreach, nonprofit organization. And I am so excited to share and speak from the heart to let you know about the insight of what we have been working on for the last 15 years in Clark County. Stay tuned for this video. You will not be disappointed. So Vancouver Elite Outreach is a nonprofit organization that we kind of hashtag VEO. And the focus that we've been working on is developing identity and attitude in young men and women of excellence to achieve success in Clark County, not just with our youth, but also with our families. And so if we were granted these dollars, the funds that we would need, we will be able to do all the infrastructure stuff and get the hands and feet when it comes to mentors, coaches, tutors, healthcare programs, and also community partnerships to help us continue to sharpen this vision that we're working on when it comes to Vancouver Elite Outreach. So if we was awarded these funds, what I realized the biggest need that I've noticed is the lack of representation when it comes to Black and brown kids that are from low income areas, and also families that have that poverty mindset where they want to get out, but they can't get out because they're trapped. And what I noticed about these needs is a lot of people are struggling with resources, academics, mentorship, people that they can relate to. And the more and more they don't have those different resources, is the more and more they become society and criminals of their own environment. And so what I realized is, how can we take these funds and create the opportunity to get more resources as far as building the infrastructure of mentors, coaches, people that know where these kids are coming from and walked in those kids' shoes, but now they've been transformed mentality-wise and heart-wise so they can be better examples and provide a different way for young people of color, young kids that are starving, young kids that don't have the mentorship when it comes to the right example of being the best version of themselves. Vancouver Elite Outreach had all started in 2010. And we was an organization where we were strictly focused on developing identity and attitude in young men and women of excellence. And we were able to do youth engagement, community engagement, and also open up Kids Blind Side. But what I realized as we were doing that for the last 15 years is we never had dollars. And so the money that we didn't have, we were limited the opportunity to hire more coaches and trainers and tutors and different, community partners. And so that has always been our lack, where it was like, man, we didn't have the facility, we didn't have all the things that we needed when it comes to equipment because of the financial resources that we need to enhance the program. And so that has always been the challenge with our program as we continue to keep building, is the foundation is here. But if we can get the awarded these grants, what ends up happening is it allows us to catapult the program to where we can be able to support the vision, the infrastructure of a CEO or a project manager, or having the arms, legs, hands, and feet of people that can move this vision. And so that has always been the struggle with our organization, is how do we enhance ourselves to get the capital to dream bigger and be able to help these kiddos in our community. So with nonprofit work, everybody knows that the hours that you are working to build a vision from ground up is beyond 40-hour shift. We know that right now it takes beyond the hours, but what I've understood with this work is we are continued devoted to it until we reach the goal, until we see kids get opportunity, until we see the community shift and be transformed to where they have a hope again, where they can believe again, But as we continue to grow, we believe partnering with other organizations that have the resources and the education to sharpen us allows us as mentors that are walking in these same kids' shoes to get the tools that we need so we can also each one teach one with these young people that we are mentoring as well. And so partnering up with other organizations that have better resources that we can learn from is always a win for win. And that's something that I feel like is called partnership connections. If VEO was awarded these funds, the thing that I realized how it can impact our community is one is this. Kids will be able to come and build relationships through love, time, and consistency with mentors that look like them. And as kids are building their self-esteem and building their identity and having a positive attitude, we believe that kids can discover their passion and live their dreams. And so if we was awarded these dollars, you're taking a foundation that has been running for 15 years, you're allowing them to establish more resources and opportunity to impact not only just the community, but the families and the youth at the same time. And to me, that's what I call transformation. And so as we continue to work and build and love on our kids, this is the domino effect that we would want to change our community one kid at a time. So the needs that are not being met in our community, especially kids that are coming from low income areas, is what I notice is the lack of education, the lack of resources, and the lack of mentorship. When kids don't have somebody to look up to, how do they have the right blueprint for them to strive to be the best versions of themselves? And we believe through adversity, you can be the best version of yourself, better mind, better lifestyle. And so as we demonstrate that for these kids through mentorship, it gives them the opportunity to be transformed. Our organization will be able to meet them where they're at, love them where they're at, where we are finding kids that are very talented, but they need a platform to be able to showcase what they can do. I always say it's kind of like an eagle. It got the wings, but it doesn't have the platform to fly. And so as we continue to create the resources to where we can build the infrastructure of role models, coaches, healthcare, mental health providers, and also partnershiping with our community, with businesses, it allows us to build the capital where we can help out with certain needs that kids are going through. The lack of money to be able to go join sports and get the academics and get the education with that. The lack of kids having transportation to get to sports, and also having the finances to help the families and the kids when it comes to them paying bills and bettering themselves as a community. And so this organization is not just something where it's sports driven. We are doing an inner work inside out to where kids can explode and be phenomenal, so then when they go back and take the opportunities and the resources that they have, they can be better, so they can start changing different things and different habits in their families, to where the generational cycles get broken, to where there's more producing the right character and the right attitude and the right people that you would want to be in your life professionally when it comes to the kids that are coming from broken communities. This is one question that I want to leave with you guys. As I look in this camera, I want you to go back to your childhood and play that back in your mind and your heart. What did you need when you were younger? You maybe had the right parents that worked their tail off and gave you the demonstration, or maybe you had somebody that did not believe and show you the demonstration that you needed to fly. Well, as you make your judgment on where these funds go, I want you to remember how these kids in these low income areas feel, to where we can be able to invest in organizations like Vancouver Elite Outreach, so we can change the youth, so we can change the families, and we can change the community as we save one kid at a time.